guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick video on what you can eat when you have dentures. And I don't mean like, after E-Day, because we all know soft foods. I mean in general. If you eat nuts and like really hard things, it's a big chance you can break your denture. And a lot of people say, well, I've had it a few times and never been a problem. It will happen. It is possible. I've seen so many people that have told me, which is why I'm making this video. There was this one girl that it just happened to yesterday. She decided to rip into cashews and ate like a hard bagel, and it broke one of her back teeth, and it cracked almost close to the palate and down. You need to be careful what you eat. These are not real teeth. Our real teeth are super strong, and these are not. So we are absolutely not supposed to eat anything super hard. Yes, many people say, well, I've been doing it for years. Well, that's great. You're one of the rare acceptance, but it will happen eventually. I mean, a lot of people say, have you ever had a tooth come out? Have you ever had this? I'm beginning stages, so knock on wood, that doesn't happen to me. But I don't eat nuts. I don't eat anything that's super hard that will mess up my dentures. I stick to normal food, and I don't go crazy. Also, storing your dentures. Somebody recently said, my dentures turned white, which they're dried out. And them telling me they never soak their dentures. Well, you're supposed to soak your dentures. That's the whole thing. They're supposed to stay moist. So if you have dry mouth and then you don't soak your denture's going to turn white. And with that happening, it's dried out. So if you go to eat something, it's going to break. It can fracture, tooth can fall out, many things can end up happening. So please follow what your dentist says. Don't say, oh, well, I got away with it for the last 2 months of, just leaving them out and not having to soak them. Okay, but it happens over time. If you, over time, never soak your dentures, ever, and that is going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. You can't just leave them on your counter and be like, all right, I'm good. That's why even when they say when you get, like, say, your permanent set and you still have your temporary, that you can even store them in the freezer to keep them from drying out. There's a lot of things you can do. Just, keep them in water, and once a week change the water out to store them. But they have to stay moist. They have to. That's why I did a video on dry mouth and what you can do, because even having dry mouth can mess up your dentures. Well, it can mess up your gums. It can mess up everything. So please watch that video if you have dry mouth, because that can definitely help you. But please understand, you do have to keep your dentures moist. It doesn't mean the first day you don't, soak them, that they're instantly going to break. No, this happens over time. And when you don't take care of your dentures over time, then they are going to break. So instead of like saying an 8-year lifespan is what they're quoting they last for, even though some people last longer because they take care of them well, that, now you're cutting it down to 3 years. Or even less. I mean, I've seen somebody that literally just got their denture 6 months ago, and they've already been broken because she was like, oh, I thought, storing with water was optional. No. There's a reason why they tell you, because they dry out. And when they dry out, then they break, they fall apart. You end up needing new dentures. So you do have to soak your dentures. Please make sure you take care of them. And know that these are expensive. We all spend a crap load of money. Our insurance companies, some people, they pay for only permanent dentures, and some people, they end up going to, like, what I like to call denture mills, but, like, I can't even remember that denture place. But I know people that spend $30,000 on dentures with the warranty, and that is like buying a brand new spanking car and a little bit more. Like, that is ridiculous. So make sure, especially with you spending so much money, you follow exactly the directions on how to take care of dentures. Do soak them. A lot of people, they don't take them out at night. That's their preference. But it is known and proven that if you sleep with them in, your gums aren't breathing. You keep them in all the time, you're going to have higher chance of infections. A lot of things can go wrong. Bone loss, you're putting a pressure of a hard acrylic or whatever they're made out of sitting on your gum. You're going to cause damage. So please, I know a lot of people when they're new, especially when I was new, I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do with these dentures. Like, I don't even know what am I supposed to do? So I did so much research. And, I mean, the first week I kept him in all the time except to rinse and all that. So I wasn't worried that if I swell, it won't go back in. But after that, I take him out every night. Every night. I mean, I just live with my kids. So, I mean, they don't care what I look like. They could give two shits. Like, no joke. I mean, I normally joke around with them, make funny faces, and I do all that because I'm just sarcastic and I like to have fun. And it's easier for kids and for everyone else to be light of the situation. But I know some people don't want to be without it. I also know somebody that says that they only take out their denture when their husband is at work and she soaks it then. But you do have to make sure you keep them wet. That is a big must. You can get away with it for a day, a month, but they will dry out. They will. They absolutely will. So you need to be super careful and make sure you're taking care of your dentures. Do not eat anything hard. People are like, oh, I've done it for years. Okay, but you know what? It is one wrong bite on that peanut, on that cashew, on anything hard, you can crack a tooth. And fixing these is not cheap. You end up having to get a whole new denture that's going to cost thousands. And you don't want to risk that. So please be careful. Do what you can to make sure you take care of your investment, because you invested your money, your time to better your health, and you want to make sure you're going to do it right, because a lot of people don't know the truth. A lot of people are like, oh, I thought it was just a suggestion to store it under, store it with water. No, it's a need. You kind of need to. Cleaning is a big thing. Absolutely need to clean your dentures. Some people are like, oh, I rinse it underwater. No. Just because you don't have your teeth doesn't mean you can't have good hygiene, oral hygiene. Pretend your dentures are your real teeth. Get denture toothpaste and clean your dentures just like you would your teeth. But this time you could take them out and put them in your hand and do it, which makes it easier. And make sure you scrub your gums with a separate normal mouth toothpaste and clean all around everywhere, because it kills bacteria, it freshens everything. You want to kill the germs. Cleaning dentures, now that you have dentures, is more work. It's not like you have your normal teeth, you're just brushing, boom, you're done. You now have to do 2 steps. You not only have to brush your mouth, your gums, and all of that, and whatever remaining teeth, if you have remaining teeth still, if you have a partial, like I do, and you have to do your denture too as well. So you're doing double the work. It wasn't, an easy step. Some people, I was at my dentist's office a few months ago, or a couple months ago, and there was a woman that came in that said she just wants dentures. Like, her teeth were fixable, completely fixable. I think she had like a couple of cavities. She was like, I just want my teeth out. And my dentist was like, are you sure you want to do that? Because it is hard. It's not easy to go through having dentures. And her teeth were fine. They weren't even crooked. And she was like, well, it just seems easier. And, it's hard to reach the back of my mouth for teeth. I just think my life would be a lot easier if I just had dentures. But people don't really know the struggle. So, if you need dentures for your health like I did, get it done, because you can die from infections. But that's a whole other video I'm going to do. But please make sure you keep your dentures moist. Please, it is 100% necessary to do that. You can dry a denture over time, and they will break and fracture. Also, stop eating peanuts and cashews and all that. I know people bite into apples, like I bit into a peach and do all that. I don't do it on a daily basis. I just see if I can do it. But it's a risk. You're risking things, and you need to be careful. So please be careful of your investment. Take care of yourself. I hope you guys stay safe, healthy, and happy. God bless. Have a good day.